Hey guys, SFP here, and welcome to my third FIFA 16 demo gameplay. And this time I'm going to change up things a little bit, and I'm going to actually choose the women's teams. And I know many of other YouTubers have actually done this before, and so that's fairly interesting, guys. I like this new inclusion with the women's team. And to be honest, the biggest debate I've ever had, and this should have been a long time coming, is how would the rating system work for the women? Will they basically be compared to the guys, or will they have their own kind of set of standards and requirements to reach a certain rating here? And I'm going to check a couple things here, and I'm going to put in my girl here, Amy Rodriguez. I'm a big fan of Amy Rodriguez. I'm also a big fan of Kelly O'Hara. My future wife is what I typically call her. I think she's the most attractive girl on the U.S. women's national team, freckles and all. And here we're gonna play again in the lovely CenturyLink Field, home of the Seattle Sounders, and the oh my god, I'm trying to remember the women's team that plays here. Seattle Rain, I believe. I want to say it's Sailor Rain, but if any of you ladies there, or guys, I guess I shouldn't discriminate there. If any of you guys watch the women's league, and I can't even remember the women's league at the moment, I feel very ashamed of myself that I should know. I should know these kind of things. I want to say it's the NSWL or something to that extent. I know there's like an N there somewhere. There's just been, I guess, my only excuse for that, for not knowing, is that there's been so many iterations of the women's league. I remember when it was a WPS, then there was the women's. There were so many iterations that I can't remember all of them at the moment. I know there's at least been three in my lifetime. One when the women's team won the World Cup for the second time, I believe, or was it the first? I don't remember. There was so many leagues here that it's kind of a hassle, and I hope this new league stays here, guys. And it's fairly a shame. You know, it's always a shame to see when a league folds, and hopefully this time they kind of know what to do and how to manage the teams and the league itself. And so I'm hoping this league is here to stay. Anyways, guys, like I said, this will be the last. This will probably be the last of the demos that I'll be doing because FIFA 16 will be coming out officially in a couple of days now. It's going to come out on the 22nd. And so by the time you guys watch this, it should be either Saturday or Sunday is when I'll be dropping this video off. And so I was actually going to do the football draft because I haven't tested that out yet, and I think that looks fairly interesting. But considering I actually have an exam this weekend, this will probably be the last one that I will be doing at the moment because, like I said many times, guys, school comes first. And so, as much as I would prefer to do this instead of studying, unfortunately, um, I would probably it'd probably be in the best of my best interest, excuse me, to kind of put a little effort there in class, especially since I'm now paying for it. So that just puts more importance on me doing a well job because I'm spending my money to do so. Anyways, guys, and like I said here, I'm gonna show you guys the whole gameplay. There's gonna be no edits, and mainly it's gonna be one, so you guys can, for those of you guys who haven't seen it already, kind of get a feel for the game. And second of all, I kind of get a feel for the way I play. This, I believe, is in World Class, which is the level I will be using for my career modes here. And for those of you guys who are watching my channel for the first time, I do things a little bit differently here. I don't tend to narrate, so to speak, with the games here. Personally, I don't do it because uh, I'm not exactly the best at it. I guess I should technically work on it. I'm hoping at some point I can unleash my inner Ray Hudson there. That'd be pretty interesting, and I'm pretty sure that'd be freaking entertaining. And I was actually going to curse there for a while, but I figured I'm not sure who my audience is at the moment because I'm still fairly new to YouTube. So I'll try to keep it PG-13, closer to PG than PG-13, obviously. But once I kind of get a feel for my audience, which is you guys, and then I'll kind of gauge there and see what type of language I'll use. But considering I'm using the women's team, and there were a lot of young little girls there, and I guess young little guy, excuse me, I can't even speak right now. Excuse me, young little guys there as well watching. I figure I'll keep this a little bit more family friendly, so to speak. And here, sausage just cuts through my defense like a knife butter, and it's not sausage actually. I believe it was. It's not pop, or is it? Is it pop? I believe it's pop actually. Because 11 is me tag, or my tag. So it's not her and it's not Sausage, because Sausage is number 13, if I'm mistaken. I believe it's Pop. No, it's Leopold. Okay, I guess I'm horrible. I thought I had a fairly good understanding of the German women's national team. I guess I'm mistaken. And anyways, guys, going on this, actually, I don't know if you guys have read this article actually that popped up, and I'm not sure towards the validity of it actually, and what a great opportunity we had there. But some of the women's players apparently are going to be pulled off because of NCAA eligibility. Now, this is actually fairly interesting because I don't remember it being such a big issue for the men's side, and I think it's mainly because once I guess they sign that pro contract, they obviously lose their NCAA eligibilities. But the women's league, from my understanding, is a little bit more complex. I know previously when they had a semi-professional league, I know there were players who basically had college experience or participated in their own colleges and were able to play in the semi-pro league, obviously, because as long as they didn't get paid, obviously. What a close opportunity there, and what a great save there again by Hope Solo. Anyways, guys, I think it's a fairly interesting situation that they have there, and it's quite a shame for certain people or certain players, I should say, that won't get the opportunity to represent their country in the game. It's kind of a big deal. It would be a big deal for me, and to hear that and have myself being pulled out of the game would kind of be heartbreaking. At least that's what I would feel. And so, like I said, I'm not sure if there's any validity to the article, but it kind of gives me some food for thought there. And we see here that someone got injured, and it's actually Alex Morgan. And this gives me a great opportunity to actually put in uh, one of my favorite players here, Amy Rodriguez, and I kind of call her the Alex Morgan before Alex Morgan, because I know she was the kind of the future, the wonder kid coming out from the Olympics, if I'm not mistaken, in Beijing. I know she had a great impact there coming off the bench, and that's kind of how she got established. And unfortunately for her, Alex Morgan came into the picture and kind of reduced her to a bench player, which is kind of a shame because I think she is so great on the ball. And to be honest, in that China game, I think her contribution, her determination, her willingness to kind of just give it all out there was one of the best things I saw in that women's national team. And I thought that performance that she had against China merited her to get a start in the next game. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Another person who I think should be starting as well is Kelly O'Hara. But like I said, I'm a little bit. I have kind of an interest in that because like I said, uh, she's one of my favorite soccer players, and she. I find her quite attractive, and I should probably not mention the focus just on the soccer guys. So I'll probably just stick to that as well. And here we have a great shot there. That would have been a great goal. And here we see gold line technology. I haven't actually seen this that often. I think in the previous FIFA I've seen it maybe once or twice. But the fact that we're seeing it here is pretty awesome, guys. And anyways, going back on the whole NCAA situation, I'm not sure that would affect the U.S. women's national team. I'm trying to figure out who would actually, who that would pertain to. And I can't quite imagine who that would be. And what a great opportunity we have there. Unfortunately, Carly Lloyd, the superstar there, wasn't able to punish the German team for it. Because I'm trying to think, and the first person that popped into my mind was the UVA player. What's her name? Morgan Bryan. That's the first person that popped up in my head. But she's already playing for the Houston Dash, so I would assume she's getting paid in the Houston Dash. But please, if anyone watches or knows fairly well about the women's league, let me know in the comment section. From my understanding, it's a pro league, right, guys? And like I said here, I'm gonna put my future wife here, Kelly O'Hara. I'm going to put her in the right wing for Ali Krieger. And I'm also going to put in, let's see, who else I'm going to put in? Cindy LaRue, because I actually rate Cindy LaRue fairly highly. It was a darn shame, though, that she couldn't perform to expectations in the World Cup, and I don't know what the issue is. Apparently, she had some sort of lingering injury. That's from what I've heard. Maybe the fact that she was playing in Canada, maybe that had an effect on her, but she doesn't seem like the type of player that would be affected by that kind of thing. You know, she actually would most likely thrive in the drama and in that type of environment. And here we had a close opportunity that didn't come off as well as I hoped because the defenders are just so darn good here. And again, we get the ball stolen, guys, and uh, still, this is fairly better, a fair improvement over the Chelsea Real Madrid game, guys, that I showed you. But obviously, that's because I was legendary, and here it's world class. And again, I get scored on, and this one is from Sausage, and it is 2-0, guys. The Germans are winning. This is basically the opposite scoreline from the actual game in the World Cup, which is kind of interesting and kind of ironic at the same time. Uh, but yeah, I'm very excited, and honestly, I'm a little disappointed because when they announced the women's team, and here we see one of my favorite players here, Amy Rodriguez. When they announced the women's team, one of the things I wanted to do in my career mode was coach the U.S. women's national team. That's actually what I wanted to do. That is more of a draw for me than coaching the U.S. Men's national team, and I think the reason being is the prestige that one would have coaching a great team like the U.S. Women's National Team. The fact that I would have expectations, very high expectations. Obviously, winning the World Cup would be uh, the matter of importance there, and if I didn't uh, basically commit to those, then I would get fired, and rightly so, because there's a lot of expectation coming from the women's team. And so that would have been an exciting feature to have. Unfortunately, you cannot do that in the career mode, which is very unfortunate. Here we're going to have Carly Lloyd take a shot here. Maybe this will be the uh, lower the deficit, but no, unfortunately, Anger, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, guys, uh, manages to save the ball fairly nicely, and this just adds to the disappointment, and I'm trying to see if I can get something out of this game, because so far I haven't been able to get anything out of the last two games, and I'm hoping here with Tobin Heath for the shot. Unfortunately, it gets blocked, and it's going to go for a throw in here, guys. And a throw in that I thought we had, but unfortunately it was for the German team. But we're going to get one here with a mistake, a very rookie mistake there by one of the German players. And here we see Amy Rodriguez has the ball. She has the ball again. She was trying to find Sydney there, but we draw a foul, luckily. And here, I guess this is the first, actual free kick that I've gotten, which is why that little introduction or kind of cheat sheet there pops up. And I guess, guys, while I have you guys here, I'd like to plug in my career mode that I will be doing, a Road to Glory career mode with Fulham. And after that, I'm going to go for an established team. And at the moment, I've decided I'm going to do Barcelona. And I have my reasons for it. Um, Obviously, Barcelona is one of my favorite teams. And they actually have very well would probably be an understatement, but a magnificent youth academy. And so I'm very big on youth squad and youth academies here on FIFA. So I figured I'd basically get an established team that kind of prides themselves in having fairly young stars capable of either joining the first team at Barcelona or having established careers in other leagues or in other clubs here in Spain. And so I figured that would probably be my best option. Another option I had was Bayern Munich, just because I like. Again, I'm a fan, I should say, of Barcelona and Bayern Munich. I don't want to, or not a fan, excuse me, a fanatic, an admirer is a better word. I don't like to use. Here we have a close call there again by the German team. I don't like to use the word fan because fan implies so many things, and unfortunately this year I haven't been able to watch many Bundesliga games for Bayern Munich or any Premier League games for Chelsea. I'm also an admirer of Inter Milan here, and what a great opportunity we have there by Amy Rodriguez to get it, but unfortunately she doesn't. Anyways, guys, like I said, I consider myself an admirer, not a fan, because There's so many passionate fans out there, real fans who die for the team and or not die for the team, but they live for the team, I should say, and it's a big part of their everyday life. And unfortunately, Barcelona isn't my. I don't exactly live and thrive for Barcelona. I don't. One of my roommates actually, he was a big Barcelona fan. Now he was an actual fan because he would watch every La Liga game that Barcelona had, any Champions League games. He was very into the team, and he got that from his childhood. He watched Barcelona since he was fairly young, and so he found a connection with the team. And anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Make sure to tune in for my announcement video. Where I'll basically be announcing what career modes I'll be doing and kind of what you guys should expect from it. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Follow me on SFP Soccer Show on Twitter, and feel free to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, guys, see you all later.